Okay, so I have Corel Draw 2018. That was the only version let me download. So when you open up your two files, your EPS files, the first one looks like this. And if you want, I'll just resend them to you so that way you have everything new and you don't have to worry about anything. So the first one looks like this. This is the logo file. And the other one is this, which is the file that I sent you with all the little notes and everything. I've already been kind of playing around with it, and this is what I've got for the power clipping and stuff so far. I put this black box around the very back so you can actually see what you're working with, as far as, because there's a lot of white stuff in here, like the stars and the logos and everything, and then the number 4 was black, but I just changed it to white. That way you could see it compared to the black box. Just something for the background so you could see it, because there's just a lot of white in here in general. Okay, so the first thing I did was go through and grouped all of the logos, because they're all ungrouped for, I have no idea why, but whatever. So just highlight everything and press group object on all of the logos. Group. Okay, now I'm going to go through and put that black box in the back again. So we go over here to rectangle tool, make the box over the whole artwork, and you can put black, gray, whatever. Gray might be easier to use actually, so that way there's no you can see everything you're working with and there won't be any contradiction with colors. So to send it all the way to the back, you can either go right click and go to order and send to the back of page, or I'm sorry, back of layer, which would either be, you can right click and go order and press it over here, or you can just press a shift and page down. It tells you the keyboard shortcut right there. So now you can see what all you are working with. So I'm going to, now I can see all the white stars and everything, I'm going to continue grouping. Oh, I'm sorry. First of all, after I make that black, or the box in the background, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it. That way you can't move it. So that way if you click on it or whatever, you can't move it at all. So now I'm continue to group the stuff. Group the stars. You don't have to right click and everything. You can just press Control G. Also does the same thing. I'm just only using one hand, so I'm limited on what I can do for functions because I gotta hold the camera with the other hand. Group. Oops. Group. And group. So like after I group the stuff, I just kind of move it a little bit to make sure I grouped everything within that logo and within that whatever I'm working with. So that way, yep, see, like that. I missed that. So undo, keyboard shortcut for undo is Control Z. So since that's not all grouped, I have to ungroup the objects and group again. Okay, there it is. There's that. Oh, I missed that one. So, group. Nope, I didn't group that one either. That way, once you group all these objects, it makes everything a lot easier with moving around, because then you don't have to worry about constantly whether or not you have everything. Okay, so all of that's grouped. Are this grouped or no, that's not grouped. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to start with is the hood. So, actually I'm going to leave that there. I leave a copy of everything I'm working on, and then I just make a copy of it, Control C, and then Control V for paste. So that way, like, I don't have to go back into whatever I'm doing or whatever to get the copy of the artwork design I'm using. So, I need to, if you go back to my little note page, where's it at? Up here. It says rotate stars 20 degrees. So, I'm going to go back into this page, and I'm going to rotate this 20 degrees. You can go into Object, and then Transformation, and then Rotate, and then once you do that, it comes up over here on the side screen. Well, it was already up, that's why it just went away. So, initially when you do this, it's not going to be up on the side screen over here. So, it gives you the little menu over here. So, I already did this earlier, so I know I needed to rotate to negative 20 degrees. Everything you're going to do is going to be either negative or positive degrees. And you want to make sure you use the actual transformation table when you're doing this, because if you just try to guess, that makes everything a lot harder, because that way, when you're using the actual transformation table, you know everything is rotated at the correct degree amount. So, put in negative 20 degrees and press enter, and that gets you your rotation. Okay, so, shoot. At this point in time, you need to place the stars about where you want it to be. And at this point, we're just working with the blue pieces on the left side, this piece and this piece. So, your stars are in place. Before you do anything, which I always forget this step all the time, I have to go back and redo it, you need to make a copy of your stars right where they are. I don't know what you just did. So, the stars are where they need to be, and I press Control C for copy. And then power clip inside, and then you pick the object. And that puts your stars into the template that you need it to be in. Okay, so and then when you press Control V, your stars come up exactly where you left them. So, same thing. You have to do this with each single individual template. You have to put the background into each individual template. So, click on the stars, power clip inside, and then click. Let's try that again. Click on the stars, power clip inside, and then click onto the template. Okay, and then at this point in time, we are going to work with this piece. Now this piece is a little different because if you could see from over here, it has stars that go this way and stars that go this way. I'm not looking for you to do exactly for the placement that I did. So, I mean, like this star doesn't have to be there or whatever. It's just pretty much like the same thing. Because I know you're not going to get exact where I did everything. So, once again, press Control V. That gives you another copy of the stars. So, obviously, the stars aren't going up into this piece right now, which I did that on purpose. So, I'm going to move the stars, and before I place them, if you click on the object, it gives you the sides. This is the furthest side, that's the furthest side to the right, and then this is the center. So you have a little roller table over here. If you just click on the roller table and drag, that gives you a guide. Or I don't know what it's called in this program, but it's what it is a guide. So you click and drag the guide over to the center. And that gives you where you need to be as far as where the stars need to go for the placement. Okay. So you want the stars to still kind of be in the same area, lined up. So I just picked a star, which is this one, and for whatever reason, those ones aren't lining up. The stars must not be completely symmetrical. But anyways, I picked the top one to line up because that's the one that's closest to that panel. Well, now I'm just getting it perfect with the arrow buttons on the keyboard, you know, up, down, left, right. You can get it perfect to where it's lined up, and I was just lining up that star that was underneath that in the template we already made. Okay, hold on.